Putting focus on and improving the way you breathe is undoubtedly the quickest and the best way to change your state, the way you feel, and your mindset. Whether you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, aggravated, triggered, or simply want to increase those feelings of relaxation in the body before you go to sleep or after a long day at work, then like I say, your breath is the place to start. Why? Because it governs so much of our physiology, but also it's the quickest. It's so easily accessible that you can do it anytime, any day, wherever you are. So let's see how. So the first thing we need to focus on when it comes to your breath is ensuring that you're breathing into the right areas of the body. Firstly, this means nasal breathing. And yes, there are definitely other ways and methods in which you can breathe, but nasal breathing is the way that we want to breathe for the vast majority of the day, especially when we're looking to reduce feelings of anxiety and increase those feelings of relaxation in the body. So the first drill that I'm going to get you to do, place your hands on the abdomen, because as we breathe, we should be belly breathing as the diaphragm expands. And from here, just focus on breathing in through the nose for 6 seconds. And you'll see that the breath goes to the belly there as opposed to the chest or the neck. Slight pause and then out again for 6 seconds. That long exhale is really what's going to relax the body, so ensure that you're putting your focus on that. I'd recommend doing this for 5 to 10 minutes per day, but then try to make it habitual throughout the day. When you're walking, when you're sitting at your desk, whenever you're feeling any of those sensations that we were discussing before. What we then want to start to do is start to increase our body's tolerance to carbon dioxide. Why is this important? Well, carbon dioxide is the main driver in our body for how much we breathe. And the more we breathe, counterintuitively, the less we actually take from our breaths. And it's been shown that people with high anxiety and high levels of asthma have low tolerance to carbon dioxide. So if we can increase our tolerance to carbon dioxide, not only are we more likely to feel less anxious throughout the day, but we're going to improve oxygenation of the body, which will then improve physical performance as well. So the way we're going to go about this is start to breathe in a little bit less. So if we were breathing in for a count of 6 before, now I just want you to start to breathe in for a count of 3 or 4. What you should start to feel is a small hunger for air. So a desire to breathe just a little bit more than you actually are. You'll be able to sustain this for longer than you think. So think about trying to go through 2 to 3 minutes of this after your relaxed breathing drills. Once you've gone for some time breathing in for 3 or 4 seconds, like I said, sustaining that hunger for air, you can start to ramp that up just a little bit more. Maybe breathing in for simply 1 or 2 seconds, having a slight pause between the inhale and the exhale, and then letting all of that air go. Again, the goal here is to ramp that hunger for air up, because that is carbon dioxide building up in the blood. The more we can sustain that, the more we're going to increase our tolerance to it. The final thing that you can do here for your breath work is strong breath holds. So breathing in, letting that air go, and then holding your breath for as long as you possibly can. The most important thing here is that when you do breathe in again, it's through the nose and it's nice and light. So because you're not breathing, carbon dioxide is again going to build up in the blood. This is just a really good way of training that tolerance to it. If you have high levels of anxiety or suffer from asthma, then I'd advise not going particularly strong with those breath holds to begin with. Start with the first 2 drills, and then as you can start to sustain a little bit more hunger for air, go into the stronger breath holds. Reps of this are really arbitrary. The more you do, the more benefit you are going to see from it. So think of it more like skill acquisition. If you were playing the piano, you wouldn't do a certain number of sets and reps to get better at the piano. There's just that understanding that the more you do of it, the better you're going to get. I certainly advise doing this each day, and as I said before, trying then to make it a habitual behaviour throughout the day.